a lot of juice. You got some road teams that stole in the game. I know you say you didn't stay up for the Portland and
my son, Timmy's a huge
he's a big.
Matter of fact, I'm going to send those pictures that he sent to me today. I'm going to send them to our good buddy Eddie, and maybe Eddie can put them on Twitter. This was at 9. He got a kick out of it. This is a picture of him at 9:33 on Saturday night. An hour before game time. So I did not see that game. He texted me everything about it, and he was completely into it. So said Davis, and I guess the Trailblazers had a couple of chances late in that game, correct?
Yeah, they did. They did. It's to me, those two guards, they're exciting for Portland, McCollum and Lillard. But yeah, I mean, you only can go so far, and Davis is just a man amongst boys out there, against the Trailblazers. And I think you've had a few callers in already. I'm all in with Philadelphia. They are a real fun team to watch. Simmons, if he can really just develop a mid-range game, free throws, maybe he won't ever be a three-point shooter, but if he could just develop some kind of mid-range jumper, I mean, he is like the guy, the previous caller said, he's a transcendent player.
Yeah, he's that kind of player. Yeah, I agree. And he does. He's a great passer. He's great at going to the basket. We'll see how he handles this when he's the next star, where he's got everything on his mantle, and every game that he shows up in, it's a big watch to see a guy like that play. I'm not sure if he's mature enough to handle that. We'll see if the baton can be passed in 5 years, whether he's good enough. Go ahead.
Yeah, he just seems real cool on the court out there, and I'm with you. I know you had Van Gundy on last week. I don't believe in Houston. That's their offense with all the one-on-one. It's just that doesn't work in the playoffs. I think Golden State, they just sort of turn on a little switch without Curry. I'm looking, once we get there. I'm not a believer in Houston. I think if Golden State doesn't make it, I don't think Houston's gonna get there.
No, I mean, I watched Houston play a lot of that game last night. He had a wonderful game. He handles everything. He can shoot threes. He plays that pick and roll game with Capella very, very well. He had 40-something points, but after all is said and done, the game was 101-98 with 10 seconds to go, and Minnesota ball. So, and Minnesota's not a great team. Now, I think that Van Gundy was on Thursday, and he thought that Minnesota was a better offensive team than defensive team. I have seen Minnesota play twice now in the last week, and I have seen a lot better defense than I've seen offense. So, I'm not sure if Van Gundy's right about that. Because we all know that Thibodeau gets blamed for not being a great offensive coach. I did not like the offense they did yesterday at all.
Chris,
Towns did nothing. Towns did nothing in the game. They got to get more out of Towns.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Chris, I was a big Wiggins fan coming out of Kansas. I thought Cleveland should have held on to him and not traded Love, but I mean he has not turned out to be a good the kind of player I thought he was going to be. And if he's just average, Minnesota's not going to go anywhere.
Wiggins is a tough guy. Yeah, he's a one-on-one player, doesn't make anybody around him better. He stands around a lot watching the game develop. Wiggins is not a great player. He's got great talent, and good call, Mike. He's not a great player. I generally agree. I know a lot of people think he is. He's got great talent. He's not a great player. What I mean by great, I mean the kind of player that can make everybody around him better. Everything is fed off him. He stands around an awful lot watching everybody else do their thing. Mike in Canada, and he's with us here on Mad Dog Unleashed. Mike, good afternoon. How are you today?
Good, boss. How are you doing?
All right, Mike. Nice to talk to you. Canada's a big country. What part of Canada are you from?
Regina, Saskatchewan, right in the middle.
All right in the middle. Good to have you with us now, Michael. Let me hear what's on your mind. Fire away.
Yeah, and it's actually a little bit warmer than in Boston right now, which is kind of surprising.
What's the temperature in Regina right now?
Well, it's 4 degrees Celsius right now, which is probably about, 40, 44 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, not terrible. That's decent weather. Not terrible. About mid-40s, yes. Go ahead.
Okay, there's like a million and one things I want to talk about that Cleveland Indiana series. You know, I'm a university student up here, and I finally, you know, I dedicated a couple hours that I could take out of my day to watch that game because I didn't want to miss a second of it, because I knew that's what everyone's going to be talking about for the whole weekend. Now, Indiana's going to have a real tough time winning this series if it extends to 6-7 games. Indiana basically played as perfect of a game as they could. Like, their defense was completely on point. You know, Cleveland couldn't make an outside shot to save their life, and Oladipo had the playoff showing that you would have wanted him to have, that he needed to have to win that game.
Correct.
For them to do that consistently and to do it for multiple games is going to be extremely difficult. You know, watching Stevenson wanted to go at LeBron like no one's business. Everybody knew Stevenson wanted his second chance to guard LeBron since that Miami series, you know, a handful of years ago back. But Stevenson got bullied. Every time LeBron got the ball guarding, when he had Stevenson guarding him, LeBron almost licked his lips because all he had to do was back him down and he would get an easy layup. The only thing that killed LeBron was when Collison or Oladipo would be the second guy to help, and he would just strip the ball from him, which was incredible defense on Indiana's part. But it's not I don't think it was a winning formula to keep Stevenson on him. Stevenson's kind of like that old like Chicago Bull Joakim Noah mentality where he's like, you know, he's the guy beating on his chest and he's screaming and he's getting everybody involved. But I don't think that's going to be a winning formula to keep Stevenson on LeBron.
Well, again, Stevenson, good call, Mike. Stevenson is he's a pest. He's tough to root for. He can help you as much as he can hate you or hurt you. He's a very difficult player on a day-in, day-out basis to wrap your arms around. I'm not a big fan. He can be very annoying. He loves to bang around LeBron. He somehow thinks he's on LeBron's level. You know, he flagrant fouls stuff. He slaps him in the head. I mean, he's rough on LeBron, and sometimes I'm not sure if that really serves much of a purpose. We continue here on Mad Dog Unleashed. Don't go away.
Mythbusters.